Good morning. I am so happy to see you. I am Jana with Crochet Crafts by Jana, and in today's video I'll be showing you what I've made this past week and just going over some new gifts I received from my awesome friends, aka you guys. Just kind of chit-chatting about some ideas I had lately and all that goodness. So I hope you are ready to just relax, maybe work on your crochet project while I just talk your ear off. First off, I want to just talk about the yarn winder that I was gifted. Darren, thank you so much for the yarn winder. I actually have some footage, I believe, of when I opened it and used it and all that stuff, so I can go ahead and show you that here. What a great start to the morning. There was a package at the front door for me. I am so thankful for you guys giving me gifts. It makes me so happy, and I can continue my day in such a good mood before I go to work. So in the package there was some yarn. Sorry, the label's coming off because my cat Stu tried to get a hold of it already, but it's that Estaco Velvet brand, and this is like a lime green color. I think it looks so beautiful. I can't wait to use these. And also a yarn ball winder. I am so excited to use this. You guys, I know I've mentioned it before, but I have been dying to use a ball winder. It would just make my organization so much better, and it'll look so much nicer, and I just can't wait to open this up and get to using it. I can't do that right now because I have to go to work, but I wanted to just show my reaction and how excited I am and how thankful I am. I have no words. Darren, thank you so much for the gifts, the yarn and the yarn ball winder. I'm definitely going to be showing myself using it probably when I get home from work. So let me go to work and then come home and use the yarn ball winder. I'm so excited. So it's a couple days later. Actually, I think it's the next day since I recorded me showing you the ball winder. That day of work really wore me out, and I didn't really do much when I got home. So today I am going to take it out and show you the yarn ball winder. I am super excited to use this and have my shelves look all fancy. Okay, let me get all the bits and pieces out of the plastic. Ooh, I love the color. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is gonna be so fancy. I'm so excited. I'm so handy. And there we have it, I think that's all there is to it. I hope. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, now that I have it put together, now I can try it out, I suppose. This is so exciting. That's so cool. Okay, I gotta go get some yarn and test this out. I'm gonna try it right here, which was right behind me, I think you could see. But this is the only really good spot where there's a good lip for me to secure it to. All right, it seems secure. Now I just have to use it. And this is the yarn I chose. You can see it's not looking too good, but hopefully I do this right. And then I think I stick it on here like this, maybe? I just had to unravel it because I think I had the arm in the wrong spot. So I moved it, and hopefully this is the right try. Now this is, it seems to be going a lot smoother now. Yeah, this seems like it's doing what it's supposed to do, maybe. Look at that, it's doing it. Look at it, Pebbles. You're blocking it. Pebbles, you silly girl. Stop it. I don't know what to do with the end piece, so I guess I'll just remove it. I'm a little scared. Wow. Look at that. A cake! I made a cake! my first cake, Pebbles. That's so exciting. I gotta do more. I got another one here. This one's a bit smaller, so I don't know how this will work up for a cake, but I guess we'll just find out. I'm afraid to go too fast. Had to move you so that way you could actually see it being made other than looking at pebbles. Okay, well, here's another one that I just made. I haven't perfected the art of finishing it off, but it's better than nothing. Look at that. It's a baby one. Just a little baby. I forgot to mention that those yarn balls were Hobby Lobby's Yarn Bee, I believe. And this is Hobie Toucan, so we'll see how it works up. If you couldn't tell, I really love my yarn winder, and if you can see in the background, all of my yarn, pretty much as I could wind, I wound up. It's so satisfying, and it's so nice when it comes to the organization of the yarn and actually like working with it, which, speaking of, I have seen these before where like some people like have them where they hang off of your wrist, or just where you can set them on a table and they hang there, where you can put these cakes on and like they unravel really easily when you work with it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can finally like save up to get that now. So that's so exciting. Eventually I'll get one of those. But yeah, I really loved the yarn winder, and clearly Pebbles loved it just as much. And ever since I put that yarn winder there, and I'd spend some time over there, like, it's like the cats know. I just don't know, but I can show you some footage of, I think it was one morning when I got up for work, I saw that the tote was on the floor with the yarn, and I was like, well, that's weird. I wonder who pulled that out. So I put it back, and then not even like 10 minutes later, I heard it fall, and I went out and saw Pebbles in the cubby. And I did take a little video, of course. She's too cute. I suppose I can't get too angry at her. She knows she can get away with it because she's so cute. Once again, thank you so much, Darren, for the yarn winder. I cannot thank you enough. I was so excited to get that out and use it, and I have definitely been putting it to good use. Now on to the things I have crocheted this past week. One of the first things is kind of, I don't know how to feel about it. You'll find out. But this is one of the things I crocheted. It is a teddy bear. And if you haven't noticed, it's missing a little something. It's missing an eyeball, because I have it right here. I saved it. I don't know why I saved it. I should just throw it away. When I had the eyes in, everything was going great. I finished off the head. So the way this pattern works is you make the head and close it off because it works from front to back. And then you make the legs and the body separate, and then you sew the head to the body. And it wasn't until I sewed the head to the body and started to shape the face when I noticed one of the eyes wasn't as sunken in. So when I went to go stick the needle in with the acrylic to shape the eyes, it just fell out. The eye fell out, and I was like, well, this doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how that happened. And then I was feeling the backing in there. I felt felt it doing that. So it completely split. I was devastated, man. I'm still devastated. It sucks because it is a cute bear, and now I don't know what to do with it, because I don't want to glue an eye on. It'll like, the other eye is perfectly fine. It is in there, you know, as an eye should be, this is a good reminder that you should, if you sell at markets or online, you should always have a disclaimer about the safety eyes. No matter what, there's always a chance that they'll fall out. So if there is a child that is under a certain age, I can't remember the age, but if they're under that age, you know, it's a risk factor that they can choke on those eyes. So now I'm left with a one-eyed bear, and I can't decide if I'm just going to put an X there. I really am at a loss for what to do. That's the only thing I can think of, is putting an X where the eye would go, or I think it was my mom that mentioned making an eye patch, but it's so difficult. My husband was the one that mentioned making an X where the eye would go, but I'm not sure. I thought I would ask your guys' opinion. If you have an idea on what you think I should do for the bear's missing eye, please let me know. I would love any and all opinions on the matter, because I don't know. But yeah, that is one of the things I crocheted this week, and it made me sad that the eye fell out, but it is what it is. So there is that. My one-eyed bear. I actually shown this in a previous video. It was just the bunny, but I finally crocheted its own little egg to hold in its arms. Look at that. Look at that. I chose the pink fluffy flex by Loops and Threads for this bunny. I just felt like it would match really well. And the egg is free-handed. I've been freehanding a lot of eggs, because originally I had made these eggs. I had to kind of alter it because I felt I wanted to use the fluffy flex yarn for the bunny, and it's a lot thicker than this yarn. This is, oh, I can't remember. This yarn's a lot thicker than this, so I kind of had to alter it to make it smaller. So I freehanded this egg, and then I had to freehand this egg, and then I also had to freehand, I wanted to make just singular eggs by themselves with the fluffy flex. So to get them the same size, it took some freehanding, which I was able to do. And I think I like the eyes a bit higher up, like this one, rather than this one. I feel like this one might be too low. So this is, once again, the fluffy flex. I think yeah, it's bigger eyes. This is a 9mm, this is 12mm. So yeah, I made a couple eggs, and I tried originally using this pattern with the fluffy flex, and just, there's a size reference for you. It came out a lot bigger. So yeah, there will be just one big egg. So yeah, there is that. I'm gonna need to make a lot more of these eggs in the different colors I have. So you've seen there's the pink fluffy flex, the blue, and then purple, and then I believe I have yellow and orange and white. So I got plenty of more that I need to make. And one of my favorites that I made this week is another ice cream cone. It's a mint chocolate chip. You can see the chocolate chips all over it. I can't decide if I want to add more. I just don't want to overdo the chocolate chips on there. I feel like less is more. I just don't want it to get too busy and look like it's just, I don't know. So there is my mint chocolate chip, and I'm actually pretty proud of the embroidered eyes on this one. I felt like I did pretty decently. I don't know what I did differently to make it better, but if I could just keep doing that, that would be great. There is the ice cream cone. I just really like this pattern. I can't even tell you specifically why. Making the cone is satisfying, and it's just not, I think I like it so much just because it's not difficult. You know what I mean? The more simple, the more easy a pattern is, and the quicker it can be done. Like, this didn't take me very long. I want to say it took me around like an hour, hour and a half. And one thing about me that you need to know is when I crochet, I get distracted very easily, like real easily. So my times include me getting up and going and doing something, or getting distracted and talking to my husband, or going on my phone. Like, so yeah, the times vary with me, but this pattern does not take very long, and I love it so much. I don't know if this will stand. Yeah, this isn't much of a standing pattern. I think it would help if there was like a flat cardboard or something flat in there, maybe weighted to help make it stand, but I'm not super worried about that. This will be more of a toy to just play with. So that is last on the things I have crocheted this week. I'll just lean him on the bunny there. I lied, that's not the last. I did crochet this chick and this egg for my previous tutorial video. If you haven't yet, if you want to crochet a big booty chick, you can go reference that tutorial that I made, where in that tutorial you will, well, it's kind of a step 2. Like, the first step is the actual chick itself, which I have a tutorial on, and then that video is a part 2 where it's adding the butt. Oh, I should probably boop. Adding the butt to the chick and then making the eggshell. I think they're so adorable. It's so cute. And I had to use brown because I ran out of the white. I literally used all the big Twist Posh white I had on the lamb pattern that I was in the middle of making for you guys. So I'll show you how far I got. I got to this point, which is I made the head and I made all the extremities, and then I started, you know, making the body and adding the legs, but then I ran out. I'm all out. But I did find out that my Joann's store that I go to specifically, that has the best stock and all that, I found out they are not closing. They are one of the stores that will be staying open, and that was a huge relief because I was pretty nervous about that. That's how far I got on the lamb pattern. Like I said before, I really don't want to get that out to testing until I have all the pictures done. And I feel some of the most important pictures that I could take is adding the limbs, and then like showing a little bit of the assembly, like adding or sewing the head to the body. You know, stuff like that. But yeah, that's how far I got on the lamb before. And this is kind of like a Frankenstein mix. It's like one of these legs is Big Twist Posh, one of them is Hobie Toucan. I literally was fumbling around with all my yarn trying to find like a similar yarn to get this done, and all of that kind of yarn I used up. So I really need to go get more. But I'm not gonna lie, it's been kind of crazy. It's been a little busy. Last weekend was Valentine's weekend, so it was kind of just a relaxed kind of weekend. Like, it was really nice. My husband sent some flowers to my work, which I can show you a picture of here, which was super, super, super sweet. And the note he put on there was absolutely heartwarming, and he's the best in it. He's so nice. And then on top of sending me flowers, I think he had gotten off work early that day. It was a Friday. And so he also sent me a picture of the kitchen. He just cleaned it. And it's like, what more could you ask for? So that was really awesome. And then I want to say we just spent Friday night just relaxing, watching movies, and, you know, playing video games. I'm not gonna lie. We're kind of nerdy like that, introverted like that. But Saturday we did go out with my parents, went and had dinner with them. And then Sundays are mainly our days to adult, as we call it. We have to do our adulting on Sundays, where we just make sure the house is in good standing for the week and go get the grocery shopping done and just set ourselves up for the best for the week, just because I don't know if I mentioned, but I was working part-time when I started my channel. So I was able to put a lot more work and I was able to crochet a lot more. But then it was the end of January. I went from part-time to full-time. And so that's kind of put a damper on my videos. I mean, I'm sure you could tell I'm recording at night instead of the mornings like I actually did. But it's no big deal. This is only, you know, like a seasonal kind of thing. So it's around this time where I have to work all of these extra hours. And then a little, I want to say around the end of April is when I'll be able to shift more time to crocheting. Yeah, that is that whole situation. And that's kind of why I haven't been able to crochet near as much as I have in the past. So I appreciate you sticking around and just, you know, still supporting me through everything. I really appreciate it. I have been using the clover hooks that I was gifted. I have one right here. This is one of like the main ones I use just because it's a 6mm hook, and I use 6mm for a lot of things. I really do like these clover hooks. They're really nice and they're smooth, and I really like them. I've been using it ever since I got them. Ever since I got them and tried it, I was like, okay, yep, this will be a staple in my crocheting. But anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love spending time with you. I love just chatting with you about crochet stuff because I don't really know anyone that's into crochet like that much at all, really. So I really like to take this time and just talk with you about crochet stuff and just share my love for it. I just really enjoy our community we have. Everyone is so sweet. I love you guys. You're the best. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!